Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Convocation Center. USC Aiken basketball rolls on after the women defeated Georgia Southwestern in the opener of today's doubleheader. It's the men's turn as the Pacers take on the Hurricanes on the Peach Belt Sports Network. My name is Noah Adcock-Howard alongside Marcus Johnson. Georgia Southwestern, a streaky team this year, 11-6. They've lost 3 in a row. Aiken has had their number in recent years, as you well know, and trying to get hot right here in the second half of the season.
And a great time to get hot. You just came off of a big win at your rival in Augusta just a few days ago, and a huge comeback win against Clayton State and their old head coach Vince Alexander just the other day.
Pacers are 9-8, back over 500 for the first time since late November with that win against the Lakers. Georgia Southwestern has fallen to the Pacers 5 consecutive ball games. Aiken has won 26 of 30 games all time, but this is a Hurricane squad that they've won 5 in a row on 2 separate occasions, and now as they continue to get healthier, they can score in waves under Kevin O'Connor.
And if you believe in patterns, they are primed to start another winning streak after dropping 3 in a row. Before dropping 3 in a row, they picked up 5. And they're right there to go again for another 5-game win streak.
Both these teams have had to rebuild from scratch, replacing really their entire starting lineups, including Georgia Southwestern's own Rafael Rubel, who was formerly a starter for the Pacers, now playing for the Hurricanes. Kevin O'Connor's squad has just 3 returners out of their 13 players. The starting 5 as follows. Markel Freeman, an Augusta local, returns home alongside Amir Reeves, Deontay Williams, Keyshawn Brown Jr., and J.R. Jacobs, the everyday point guard. One change for Aiken in their starting lineup. Trey White will get the nod rather than Josiah Harding, who had started the last 10 at the guard spot. Caleb Bird, Jonah Lawrence, Shedlet Delva, and the red-hot junior McCaskill Rivers will go for Mark Vanderslice. It's been a bit of a tough buy-in process. Vanderslice has had 9 consecutive winning seasons. That turnover has forced him to rebuild his culture. You and I have talked about this a lot. Nobody is better, it seems like, at getting folks to buy in when it counts the most.
Oh, yeah, Coach Vanderslice, an absolutely great coach when it comes to training these guys up. He's used to having a high turnover too. He comes from junior college. That's where he came from for USC Aiken. So he's able to hit that transfer portal and find some great talent to fill in these pieces when he needs to.
Georgia Southwestern wins the jump and gets right to the basket. Amir Reeves opens the scoring less than 10 seconds in. He's the team leader in points, averages nearly 16 a game. It is not an ultra-long lineup, not a ton of height for the Hurricanes, but they can work with some slashing guards. Caleb Bird, no good from 3. Pacers have been notoriously slow starters as of late. Very much a second-half team this year under Vanderslice. Freeman back up top. Matthew Webster, it appears, was not announced as a starter, but he is wearing number 8 and down there, and he will get the triple on the feed. Markel Freeman makes it 5-0.
As you said, Pacers a slow starting team, but definitely not what we've seen in the past. Pacers like to be a fast opening scoring team, put up big numbers early on and then settle into a good rhythm. This team playing from behind, this could help them later on down the road.
5 points in the first 60 seconds for the Hurricanes. Delva's pass was anticipated by Deontay Williams. It's in the hands of the star freshman Jonah Lawrence, a guy that the Pacers desperately want to keep around as long as possible. Been one of the team's leading scorers as of late. Shot clock down to 5. Bird works down low, spins towards the cup, and can't get the roll, but Rivers has the miss. Second chance left short. Delva fighting for the rebound. And it is off of Shedlet Delva. He had a chance to grab the basketball. Thought it would be a turnover the other way. So a couple empty possessions in a row for Aiken. Pacers still looking to get on the board. And working up the timeline is the junior J.R. Jacobs. Hurricanes in the navy and gold, Pacers white on white as they always are at home. Georgia Southwestern, a very efficient team, especially from outside. Nice fine low, back up top. Wide open 3 for Webster. And it's an 8-0 run to start the game. Timeout called, and not a moment too soon. Less than 2 minutes in, Georgia Southwestern's come out flying.
Yeah, they have a couple of three balls right there, kind of beating the paces at their own game. USCA Aiken loves to hit threes, but Georgia Southwestern is outdoing them in the three-point percentage, 386 on the year to the Pacers 350, and right now they haven't gotten one down yet.
Nearly 40% as a team, and nobody shoots the rock from outside better than Webster. He's at 42% on the season. Fourth-year junior came over from Chipola along with Markel Freeman. 10 transfers on this roster for the Hurricanes. Freeman and Webster both out of the same Florida junior college. But Matthew Webster has D1 pedigree, spent a couple years at Florida A&M. And when you start to get some of those 4-2-4 kickbacks that were so highly touted out of high school, you put them in the right scheme to succeed, and you can make something happen in a hurry. No changes for either roster out of the quick timeout. 8-0, Aiken trailing first 2 minutes. McCaskill Rivers double figures in his last four. Bird and then Lawrence. Jonah on the screen and roll pass was behind Delva. Chedlett has to put it on the ground and about face. Shot clock at 5. Rivers outside. White for 3, had it blocked. Freeman got up in transition, laid in by Reeves. How about a 10-0 run for the Hurricanes?
The Pacers just having trouble finding the bucket, and Georgia Southwestern just seems to find it every time.
Another empty possession for Aiken. Cannot get out of their own way. Up and under, no good, and it's out of bounds off of the Pacers. 4 missed shots and a turnover. We were surprised to not see Josiah Harding in the starting lineup. He had started 12 of 17, and he will quickly replace Trey White. Delva gives way to Jackson Roberts, the redshirt freshman. Off the inbound, off the side of the glass, a very errant shot from Freeman. And Rivers gives it right back on another turnover. Unopposed, Reeves, 12-0.
Georgia Southwestern, they love to make the steal happen, and nobody, as you said, nobody makes steals happen more than Deontay Williams. He leads the conference in steals. Right now he's been held without one, with Jacobs stealing his thunder.
Deontay, 2 steals a game, 3 blocks a game. Contested 3, rims out for Jonah Lawrence. And the ice-cold beginning continues for USC Aiken, starting off 0 for 5, along with a couple of turnovers. Georgia Southwestern has been near unstoppable. Reeves can't get the roll. And that was tipped out of bounds by Georgia Southwestern in pursuit of a second opportunity. Haven't been many clean looks. Hurricane defense stifling in the first few frames. And the couple turnovers have not helped either. Lawrence back to running point with White on the bench. Here's the first touch for Harding. Josiah sneaks it into Bird. Caleb Bird through the trees, no. Bouncing around, Roberts grabs the offensive board and breaks the ice.
Well, 6'11" frame to just reach up and put it in is a great way to finally break the scoreless streak.
Huge ceiling for Jackson Roberts, the former Clemson Tiger. Still looking to tap into all that potential. Deontay Williams stepped on the line, turnover Southwestern. We are at the first media timeout. A nightmarish start for the Pacers. Dream beginnings for the Hurricanes. Georgia Southwestern by 10, 4 and change in. Back into the fray here at the Convocation Center. First of two meetings this year between the Hurricanes and Pacers. We are about all the way through the first pass of conference opponents for USC Aiken. Just a couple more repeats on the schedule before you start seeing familiar faces. In fact, next game will be a rerun as the Pacers will be at USC Beaufort, who they knocked off by 1 at home early in the season.
A very close win. I expect that big game at Beaufort to be an even tougher affair for this Pacer squad.
Beaufort, a tough place to play. It's a gorgeous but tiny gymnasium, and it feels like every fan is right on top of you. Harding with the left hand scoops it in. The Cove out there in Beaufort, one of the loudest atmospheres, even if it's a mediocre crowd, just by virtue of the way it was designed. Pacers, a nice little midweek crowd here. It's up top for Amir Reeves. Leading scorers got 6. Jacobs against Harding. Extra pass was tipped. Here come the Pacers in transition. Lawrence catch and shoot 3, short. And there's Bird to clean up the rebound. Harding, second chance, off there as well. Kicked out, Lawrence can't secure it. Strong hands from the Hurricanes. All the way to the basket, lost it on the way up, and it was fumbled by Freeman. Freeman hit an early triple. He was 1 for his last 8 from outside in his previous few ball games. Pacers looking to go on a run as Southwestern has stalled at 12. Bird lobs it down. Whistle was blown. And there was a foul called away from the basketball. It would have been an unopposed dunk for Jackson Roberts. Instead, it's a personal on the Hurricanes. That's the first foul of the game, 5:47 in. It was on Amir Reeves. Freeman comes out. Keyshawn Brown will be the first substitute for the Hurricanes. Lawrence to the line.
Good guy to send to the line for the Pacers. Just under 79% from the line. 96 of 122.
And he has been even better as of late. And, of course, misses the first one. A week ago at Augusta, Jonah was 19 of 20 from the line. They kept fouling him. He kept taking advantage. Put up a career-high 23 in that game and then eclipsed it with 29 on Saturday. Deontay Williams right back in for Webster. Jonah 1 for 2 at the line, 5 straight for Aiken. Kevin O'Connor does not use his bench very often. Just 2 of the reserves available came off the bench in their loss against Columbus State on Saturday. He trusts the conditioning of his club. There's Keyshawn Brown Jr., and he opens up his scoring with a triple. Coming off his season high, he had 17 in the loss. Back to a double-digit advantage for Southwestern. Harding to Bird, good pump fake. Lots of lengthy possessions for the Pacers. Rivers steps back and connects on the 3.
Good step back 3 there. Something to really get the Pacers going. They got to start hitting a few of those threes to get back into this game quick.
McCaskill had to adjust to NCAA play, came over from NAIA Milligan, but once he found his footing and his place in this system, he has been lights out from all 3 levels. 7 minutes into the ball game, 15-8 Southwestern. An air ball from Williams right to Roberts. Poorly released by the senior out of Australia. Harding into triple coverage, can't get the roll. And the rebound gotten again. Caleb Bird continues to be a menace on the glass.
Right place, right time there for Bird, keeping the attack going.
Bird with a hand in his face, rattles it home.
Well, he's not number 5 in the PBC for nothing. Hitting those threes is huge.
Over 43% on the year. It's an 11-3 run for USC Aiken. Jacobs outside to Reeves. Reeves, a nice find in the corner. Williams nets it.
There was Southwestern quieting the crowd a little bit with a 3 answer.
Nice move from Lawrence into contact, well defended. Coming off the bench, Hassani Rivera to make the stop. Dribbled out of bounds by GSW. That should put us to the media timeout, and it will. After the initial gut punch by the Hurricanes, Aiken has bounced back. Still a 7-point game, though, under 12 to play in the first. (18-11) Hurricanes on top of the Pacers. Georgia Southwestern just 3 of the last 14 points, however. The initial 12-0 run is the reason for the difference. Matthew Webster off the bench for Hassani Rivera by way of the Hurricanes. And it's Aiken basketball looking to cut into the lead. Rivers on the baseline, had it denied. Ball was still up for grabs. It's continuing to rattle around. Ends up with Lawrence for 2. Pacers are mixing it up down low. They've got 5 offensive rebounds, just 1 for GSW. Good drive and kick. Reeves for 2. No good. Put back, too strong. Kicked outside, an extra one. The 3 from Jacobs is also no good. 3 misses in that possession for the Hurricanes. Bird in transition. Got fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
Bird, another good one from the free throw line, 77%, 45 of 58. Also the Pacers' leading scorer on the season in total points.
One of the few returners on this roster making a legitimate impact. Bird and Shedlet Delva are the 2 veteran pieces Mark Vanderslice has relied upon.
And Coach Vanderslice, we talked to him earlier in the year, he said Bird has really stepped up and taken a leadership role with this Pacers squad. He couldn't be happier with his performance.
It's exactly what you expect from a senior in this day and age. Delva in for Roberts. Markel Freeman and former Pacer Rafael Rubel will come off the bench for GSW. 2 for 2 at the stripe for Caleb Bird. He's got 5. It's a 1-possession game for the first time since it was 3-0. Here's Rubel. Swings it back up top to Webster. Webster with a hand in his face, an errant triple. Fighting for the board, well secured, diving down for it, unable to grab it. That was Janiah Sharp, who just got healthy. And the triple is knocked down by Keyshawn Brown.
Yeah, just a couple unlucky bounces there for the Pacers. They had it for a moment, but falling over their own feet, not going to help.
TJ Jackson is the man who came in during the media timeout for Aiken. For Jackson, it's the first time he's played in the last 8 games. Rivers over the taller defender. Jackson can score in waves when he gets going. See what he can do. One of the few freshmen on this roster. The drive, great kick into the corner. Rubel scoots through, back outside for 3. Williams got it. Hurricanes cannot miss from deep right now, 60%.
Yeah, they're scoring them in waves too, just knocking down 1, 2, 3 threes in a row, really hurting the Pacers' comeback chances.
Delva to TJ Jackson. Harding to Jackson for three. The lefty left it long. Rivers with another offensive rebound. McCaskill resets, steps through, and scores right over top of Freeman. 7 points, 4 rebounds in the first 10 minutes for McCaskill Rivers. Rubel, step back. No. Been a changing of roles for Rafael Rubel. He started every game here at Aiken last year. Now coming off the bench at GSW. And there's another triple for Caleb Bird. This kid is on fire.
And just like that, Pacers are within 2 of the Hurricanes.
Foul called and one. A great use of the body by Deontay Williams. He was able to evade the contact, lean into his own, and grant himself a three-point chance. Every time Aiken starts to cut in, GSW continues to answer. Brock Cherry coming in for the first time. DeAndre Smart as well. Jonah Lawrence on the court. Amir Reeves, the one move for the Hurricanes, and now add one more to that tally. J.R. Jacobs coming in. Lots of rapid-fire personnel movement for both teams, and both teams going a bit deeper into their bench than they usually do. Hurricanes took the lead 6 seconds in. They have not trailed since. Jonah Lawrence back out to Harding. Josiah Harding, no good. Delva with the offensive rebound, nearly had his pocket picked and did. Jacobs starts the transition. Reeves, no roll, put back, got it. Freeman.
Again, Jacobs picking up another steal. 21 on the year.
Does that better than almost anybody on either side in this game. 29-22, active hands from Rubel. Down low, Harding stepped through, left it short, got his own miss, and puts it back through contact. Pacers have been inefficient, but those second chances automatic. Nobody with Reeves, and he takes advantage.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, as you said earlier, it just seems like they cannot miss from 3. They are on fire right now.
Body contact foul called on J.R. Jacobs. That will be the team's 4th. Jacobs is first, and we hit the media timeout. Pacers staying close. GSW refused to let them tie.
Southwestern
32-24, Hurricanes on top of the Pacers. Georgia Southwestern led by 9 apiece from Amir Reeves, along with Deontay Williams. Aiken's highest, 8 from Caleb Bird. Faustin Fenor coming off the bench at that timeout. Fenor replaces Matthew Webster. Lawrence to Brock Cherry. Shot clock at 10. Lawrence, dribble move, steps into the mid-range, no good. Offensive rebound and a foul called. Delva got hacked on the way up by Fenor.
Foul was on number 24 of the Northwestern. That's his first and the team's fifth.
5 team fouls with under 7 to go. Aiken called for just 1 personal so far. That was Harding on the opposite side via the and 1 for Williams. 2 shots for Delva. Nets the first one.
Moves up to 9 for 16 on the year. Not a whole lot of trips to the line for number 15 there.
Goes 1 for 2, so Delva stays right around his usual average. Bird in for Cherry after the first one. This game has been defined by the outside shooting of the Hurricanes. Georgia Southwestern is 7 of 12, 21 of 32 behind the arc. Trying another one, Rubel, and he connects back in his old gym. Rubel has struggled mightily from outside this season, especially the last few games, but got it there.
He comes to the 6th Hurricane to hit a 3-ball in this game, and we're only in the first half.
Raining triples for GSW, and it's back to a double-digit advantage. Lawrence will inbound underneath. A pair of screens set up Delva at the top of the key. Harding wants a screen, dances past it, saw a lane open up, and takes it to the hole. Harding 6 points in a rare reserve appearance for him. It's all Aiken can do to keep pace at the moment. Reeves driving, lobs it over Delva. Nice touch from Amir Reeves. Now tipped out of bounds. It's now 16 of 18 games this year where Reeves has put up double-digit points.
Well, not too surprising, averaging 15.5 points per game and coming into the game holding 264 points. 8th in the PBC in total points and in points per game.
Rivers in for Smart for Aiken. Rivera in for Fenor for GSW. Good ball movement. All 5 Pacers have a touch this possession. Harding got bumped and had to recalibrate. Rivers steps back, can't hit. Good box out on the other side from Jacobs. Not a bit of slowdown in Southwestern's game. An air ball on a deep 2. Ended up being a pass to Reeves. Reeves, extra pass, well done, and he found his man down low. Timeout called by USC Aiken. So we'll stay with you. A 30-second call. That was Hassani Rivera with his first bucket of the game. Seems like whoever Georgia Southwestern puts on the floor, they can find a way to get points.
Oh yeah, their accuracy has been phenomenal. They're doing a great job of reading the Pacer defense, watching when they're going to jump and getting the ball over top of them. But the other thing is they're playing mistake-free basketball out there, and if your opponent doesn't make any mistakes, there's not a whole lot of ways you can capitalize and take advantage of situations.
We've seen this play out a handful of times here at the Convocation Center this season. It feels like in the first half, it's all Aiken can do to just hold on and survive the onslaught they're seeing, and then they slowly start to chip away in the second. Worked on Saturday against Clayton State. It did not work the 2 home games prior.
And even in those games, though, they played exceptional basketball in the second half, and we can only hope that they follow suit today.
Trey White back into the game. Josiah Harding takes a brief reprise. Bird is blanketed by Reeves. Good find down low. White waiting for a cutter. Rubel on Lawrence. Great defense by the Hurricanes. Have to get a shot up with 3 on the clock. White, the deep 2. No good. A series of misses in perpetuity for Aiken. And a stumble and a foul called. Reeves lost body control. He would have walked if he hadn't been hit, but enough contact to warrant the foul.
It's going to go against Caleb Bird, much to the crowd's displeasure.
Two steps, a gather step, and then the extra step made by contact. One more after that for good measure.
And Reeves, an excellent free throw shooter, 81%, 87 of 107 on the year.
All Amir Reeves has done his entire career is score. He did that for 2 years at Trinidad State Junior College out in Colorado. Doing it again here. Rattles at home. (41-27), largest lead of the game for Georgia Southwestern. They have put Aiken on ice for 2 minutes of action. Jackson Roberts will direct traffic. Lawrence hesitates, shimmies in, and can't get the roll. Looked like an opportunity for an and one. Instead, 2 shots inbound for Jonah. Lawrence 1 for 2 at the line, 4 of 6 as a staff today. Make it 5 of 7. Deontay Williams replaces Rubel. And with 4:05 to go and nearing the media timeout, Aiken trying to gear up from one last run. Don't have to get all 13 back before the half. As Roberts gets the offensive rebound and he stepped on the line. Great hustle on an opportunity, but that's been the story of the game. The Pacers have been unable to convert on the chances gifted to them. Meanwhile, Georgia Southwestern has not needed an invitation to get the job done. On pace to flirt with triple digits. They've already put up 101 this season against Middle Georgia. Extra pass, hammered home by Rivera. White scoots through. Rivers, 3. No. Ice cold from the field. Nobody in the corner for Freeman, and he will not miss that one.
And with a team that's shooting hot from 3, leaving a man open like that is an absolute no-go.
Hurricanes seem to have no desire to come back to earth. Aiken being washed away by the storm. Rivers double teamed. White shifts to the elbow. Rivers drives. Tough angle. No. Gets his own miss. Puts it back up. No again. Rebound still bouncing around. Lawrence will go to the line. Offensive chances are coming, but USC Aiken has now missed 6 of their last 7 field goals, and they are down by 18 with 2:49 to go. Third trip to the line for Jonah Lawrence out of the media timeout. Final couple minutes of half number one on the Peach Belt Sports Network. USC Aiken trying to claw away at a deficit that has ballooned up to 18.
And they'd managed to get back within 2 after they hit a hot streak of their own, but Georgia Southwestern is just playing unbelievable basketball right now.
It's been a game of runs. It's been a season of runs for the Hurricanes, who have 2 different 5-game win streaks and are currently trying to shake off a 3-game losing streak. Matthew Webster wanted the handoff. He will get it to Reeves. Webster just came in for Hassani Rivera. 8 on the shot clock. J.R. Jacobs against Rivers. Finds Freeman. Freeman drives and got past Lawrence. No help defense down low.
That's just a great way to weave into the paint, get that layup.
White, all kinds of dribble moves, and then nearly tossed it away. That left White alone in the corner, and he hits the 3-ball.
Lucky break right there for the Pacers, staying with the play and getting the ball over to White to knock one in.
White getting a bit more run with Cam Perkins unavailable the last couple games. He's in street clothes. (48-33), just over 100 seconds to go in the half. Jacobs up top for Webster, and a rare miss from outside. Webster left it short. Bird in the corner, no. Roberts knocks it out, it gets to White. White lines up the 3. Trey White's got 6 in a row.
Give some credit to Roberts there, knowing that he's got a man open and batting the ball away.
Those high IQ plays we've begun to see more of as Roberts gets more comfortable at the college level. Looking to end the half hot. Jacobs, great pass down low. In the double team, he goes up and under, and a very late whistle gives an and one opportunity. Deontay Williams made a great dribble move, and then there was some hip-to-hip contact with Roberts to earn a chance to go to the line. Jonah Lawrence just came off and walked towards the training staff. That's not something the Pacers want to see.
1 minute left in the half. 1 minute.
Faustin Fenor came off the bench for GSW, giving some length. He's the tallest player on the roster. Under a minute to go. Rivers, turnaround, off. Not particularly close either. Chance for a 2-on-1. Reeves got fouled, and another free throw chance coming.
And that's been the story of it. Even when Georgia Southwestern is missing these buckets, they're drawing the fouls and still picking up the points from the line.
Perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe. The team is shooting 61% from the field and 60% from beyond the arc. Make it 5 for 5 as Reeves, who's been great at the line all season, knocks his 3rd home in a row. Reeves has a game-high 14. Offensive onslaught continues for the Hurricanes. 3 players in double figures, and the lead is 17. Pacers just playing for some points. White skips to Rivers. Foul called underneath. It goes against Fenor. That will be his 2nd. And it will be a 1-and-1 chance for Jackson Roberts. Fenor and Harding, the only 2 players between the 2 sides with multiple fouls in the first. Jackson can't hit the free throw. Bird fighting for the board. And he knocked it off of Fenor. The hustle from Caleb Bird gives an inbounds chance with 1.4 separating shot and game clock.
Another one of those high IQ plays you're talking about. Really much needed here late in this half.
White nearly threw it away from his teammate. Bird found it Clock ticking down. Rivers pulls up, left it short, and an over-the-back foul is called on Jackson Roberts. Second on Jackson. So 3.1 left to go in the half. J.R. Jacobs will try to get one final shot off, but not before Kevin O'Connor calls a timeout. And this has just been a tough first half in a season full of them for Aiken.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those things they go to the locker room and you just have to go in with the mentality is like, let's have a reset. We have a brand new half. Let's treat it like a brand new game. Come out swinging. And it's really the only thing you can do in this case. It's hard to beat a team that shoots 40% from the three-point line, much less 60% like Georgia Southwestern is doing.
One of those things where it's almost as if everything that could go wrong for Aiken has. And if they can keep it anywhere closer than what it is, plenty of time in the second half to go on a run of their own. They have gotten it as close as 2, and they have trailed by as many as 18. Hurricanes have scored the last 5. They will have 3.1 on the clock. Rubel will inbound. Comes into Deontay Williams. Stutters in, extra pass. Didn't get the shot off before the buzzer. A small hesitation, and Deontay Williams will not get the shot off. That's about the only thing you could complain about if you're Kevin O'Connor.
Yeah, absolutely. A really clean basketball game from Georgia Southwestern after one half of play. And again, shooting 60% from the three just is indicative of how well this team is playing.
Amir Reeves leading everybody with 15. He's one of 3 players in double figures for the Hurricanes. 53-36 after the half. GSW looking to snap a 3-game losing streak on the other side of the break. Welcome back on in for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Marcus Johnson, I'm Noah Adcock-Howarth. Pacers trailing 53-36 as they look to snare their sixth consecutive win against the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes. GSW 11-6, riding a three-game losing streak. Aiken coming in at 9-8, winners of their last two. But an impossibly hot first half from the Hurricanes got us to where we are now.
Yeah, if the Pacers are trying to keep that winning streak against Georgia Southwestern alive, they're going to have an unbelievable second half. Georgia Southwestern seems like they could not miss 60% from beyond the arc, 9 of 15, including 19 of 31 from the field, good for 61.3%, and a perfect 100, 6 of 6 from the charity stripe.
Aiken won the offensive rebounding battle 13-5. There weren't many defensive rebounds for them to grab because of how many makes we were seeing from GSW. But now, Pacers need to get on a run, and that's what they've done so well in the second half as of late. White, Bird, Lawrence, Delva, and Rivers for Aiken in white. Freeman, Reeves, Williams, Webster, and Jacobs for the Hurricanes in navy blue. Here's Jonah Lawrence, the freshman. Out to Rivers and then Trey White. A lot of lengthy shot clocks for the Pacers. McCaskill Rivers opens up the half with a three ball.
That's a good start for the Pacers. They are a second half team with 718 total points scored in the second. They're plus 34 as a squad.
White gets the takeaway, 2-on-1. Good transition defense. Left off for Lawrence. 5 straight to start off the half.
And great awareness there by White to know Lawrence is there and give him that no-look backwards pass.
J.R. Jacobs did an admirable job of filling the lane, but nobody caught up with Lawrence as the third man. And he was right there for the drop-off. It's a 12-point game in the snap of a finger. Step through, extra pass, well done. Outside for Freeman. And just like that, it begins again. Hurricanes taking no prisoners. There are hot shooting nights, and then there's whatever has happened from GSW. As soon as they got off the bus, the Hurricanes came ready, and they weren't missing in warm-ups, in first half, or in the second half yet either. McCaskill with the left hand. He's got 12.
And, sometimes the stars just align and the team just plays out of their minds for the entire time, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can play your best game. They're just playing a little bit better.
Got a lot of good looks as well. Couple skip passes setting up Freeman. He had his pocket picked, and a very, very late whistle again. We've seen a few of those after the play is over from this referee crew.
And it's got to be frustrating for the Pacers. They're doing everything they can to stay in this game, and to get hit with late fouls, just demoralizing.
First personal on Delva called by the referee furthest from the play. Webster got fouled. There's a timely whistle, and it's the second on Delva in 15 seconds.
And Coach Vanderslice not too pleased, trying to understand what's going on.
Inbound comes to Matthew Webster. He'll go to Reeves. Led all scorers in the first half. Webster for three. Hits it. Matthew Webster doesn't miss very often from outside, and certainly not when he's that open. Hurricanes keep getting good looks and keep on converting. 11 of 17 from deep.
And Webster now up to 3 of 4.
Best shooter on the roster. Foul called on Markel Freeman down low.
Foul was on number 0, Markel Freeman. That's his second team's.
Freeman had 13 in the first half, second only to Reeves. It was the first time this calendar year that he has eclipsed 10 points. 2.5 in, 59-43. And a reach-in foul is called again, so whistles coming hard and fast. In the first couple minutes, it's the third on Freeman, and that will bring a quick substitution. Rafael Rubel comes back in. Dominican-born senior, went to high school in Georgia. He's bounced around JUCO, then Aiken, and now here at GSW. Caleb Bird had a strong first half. He leaves it off for White. Lawrence Down low to Delva. He steps through and misses an open reverse. Got caught underneath the rim and could not put it up cleanly. It was last touched by the Hurricanes. Southwestern will force the inbound. All 5 players get a touch for the Pacers. White lost his dribble, got it back, blanketed by Reeves. Nearly threw it away. Bird saves it, clock at 1, and it got rimmed, but nothing else.
And a good shot considering the hurry up there.
Trey White made the look, but could not convert the bucket. Webster draws another foul. This one on Rivers, his first. And no, they've changed it to Delva, so it was the third on Shedlet Delva. In comes Jackson Roberts. He's got all 3 Pacer fouls this half, Delva does.
Yeah, rough start there for Delva, forcing Vanderslice as well to go to the bench.
Off the switch, J.R. Jacobs was left alone. There has not been a missed open 3 today for GSW, and boy, have they had plenty of open ones. Jacobs finally on the board. Lawrence accelerates and hammers it down.
Good little moral victory there for Lawrence, giving his team a flush, maybe trying to get some momentum back, get his team pumped up.
Hurricanes are just milking the shot clock until they can create the skip pass to an open 3 ball. There's one right here. Converted. Reeves. My Lord.
It's almost automatic at this point. It's unbelievable.
Lawrence blocked at the rim. He was handled all the way by Williams. Nobody there with Rebel. Why not? Oh, my goodness, a miss.
Still has a little bit of love for Aiken left in him, I'd say.
And then a foul called the other way for Rubel. We hit the media timeout. 65-45, the largest lead of the night. Pacers trail by 20.
Service needs.
The kind of game where it's all you can do to not throw the controller. You're turning the PlayStation off and moving on to tomorrow. GSW cannot miss whatsoever, and it's 64-45.
Yeah, they turned on the aim assist function there. I mean, incredible three-point shooting. You got to give them credit where credit's due. This has been a clinic.
Caleb Bird gets the contact in the and one. A chance to cut into this deficit, but the offense has not been the problem this half for USCA. Again, defensively, they've allowed just a couple too many open looks, and there's been no misses for Southwestern, save for the one for Rubel, and even that turned into a rebound.
Yeah, again, like you said, this team is just playing exceptional, and the Pacers are answering with everything they've got, but it's going to take some impressive offense to really claw their way back into it.
Bird, 3 points the old-fashioned way. He joins Lawrence and Rivers as Pacers in double figures. Foul is called again, late. Same referee, same call.
Pacers definitely not too happy with that one. It would have been a clean break on the basket there. That'd have been a clean steal.
It's the first on Rivers. 4 fouls for each team in the first 5 minutes of the half. Rebel up top against Lawrence. Jacobs back outside, lines up Webster. He airballed it. Offensive rebound, a block for Bird. Third chance, tips in for Amir Reeves. Rivers driving, left it short. Empty possessions are going to continue to be costly in this game. Jacobs stutters in, extra pass, floated over Roberts, automatic from Webster. 69-48. Lawrence got bumped, and a foul is called after the play again.
Foul is on number 22, Rafael Rubel. That's his third. It's the team's fifth.
It's the third on Rebel.
The line to shoot two for the Pacers will be Jonah Lawrence.
4 of Lawrence's 10 have come at the line today. That's 3 on Rebel. He and Freeman 3 apiece for GSW. Hassani Rivera comes in for the Hurricanes, replacing Webster. Pacers will go to DeAndre Smart, along with Josiah Harding. Lawrence 2 for 2. Live stats say 69-50. Scoreboard says 68-50. Either way, it's a big lead for Georgia Southwestern. Looking to erase a 3-game losing streak. Up and under, no good. Foul called. Goes against Roberts. Yeah, it is his third. It was not called until the ball came down, but it is going to be called in the act of shooting, and so there's 2 shots inbound for Deontay Williams. One of the few players on this roster who has struggled from the line, and he misses back rim on the first.
And looking at it now, both Pacers' big forwards are in somewhat hot foul trouble. Roberts and Delva both with 3 at this point in the game.
20-point game. Williams has 13, his first of the half. Stops have been near extinct for Aiken's defense. Smart extra pass. Roberts had it poked away by Rebel. Here come the Hurricanes in transition. Rubel for 3. Short. Offensive rebound. Second chance, Jacobs. Short as well.
Hurricanes starting to show a little bit of mortality here. They've missed a few threes lately, so the Pacers can capitalize.
Pacers have gone quiet as well, not able to take advantage. Here's Harding up top. Passed it behind. Josiah's turnover leads to a 2-on-1. Wanted to find Lawrence, could not do so. They were not on the same page. Empty possession stacking up for the Pacers. Reeves accelerates and drops it in. Amir Reeves heating up. He's got 22, 4 off his Division II NCAA high, and we hit the media timeout. Over 60% from the field, over 56% from deep, and 7 of 8 from the line. You don't shoot that well on rookie mode, but it's real life for GSW tonight. The Hurricanes all over the Pacers, leading by more than 20. 72-50, USC Aiken had dropped 3 of their last 4 home games. And this is the biggest deficit they've faced in any of them. Smart to the cup. Got fouled, so will shoot 2. The rejection came after the whistle. Ball went 3 rows deep.
I think they're going to say the foul was on the floor instead.
So Smart will not get a chance at the line, but it is the 6th team foul on Georgia Southwestern, and so Aiken will shoot for the final 12.5. Rebel, good defense against his old teammate Bird. Lawrence drives, might have gotten away with a walk, and it's passed off the referee. Tipped on the way out by Reeves.
An 8-second shot clock. Pacers got a little bit of time to work with, but they need to be fast.
Cherry in for Roberts. So DeAndre Smart will be your 5 down low at 6'7", matched up against the 6'9" frame of Rivera. Lawrence up and under, got it to go.
Great movement there by Lawrence to weave his way through.
Pacers need to stack some defensive stops. Easier said than done tonight. Rebel stumbling through the double team, able to find Jacobs into the corner. Williams to the hole, denied by DeAndre. Blocked off of a Hurricane player. Well played by Smart. Pointed one way, ref pointed another. Faustin Fenor, the 5th-year senior, coming in for the Hurricanes. And timeout called again. We had the media timeout previously, so we'll stay right here with you as they try to figure out the scoreboard, whether it's 71 or 72. Aiken's offense looked good coming out of the second half. It just hasn't made much of a dent.
It's just one of those games where everything is going well for you, but everything is going great for them. And, you know, Coach Vanderslice, I know you don't want to take moral victories, but you have to take some of the moral victory here, saying, hey, at least we're putting up a fight. We're not going down quietly. And you just got to hope that maybe the Hurricanes can come back down to the level of mortals in their three-point game, which they have been doing lately. Now it's up to the Pacers to capitalize.
USC Aiken has allowed 13 of 23 from beyond the arc. GSW 3 off of tying a program record for most made threes in a single game. They hit 16 in the win over Southern Wesleyan back in December. So this is not unfamiliar territory for them.
And with 11:51 left to play, plenty of time to knock down a few more long-range buckets.
Amir Reeves leading the way. He's got 22, along with 4 boards and 6 assists. Keyshawn Brown came in at the media timeout. Gives it off to Williams, dribbled it off of Lawrence's foot. 3-on-3, Pacers in transition. And it's blocked off the glass. There were 2 defenders right there to stonewall Josiah Harding. And the referee called time as Williams was down behind the play. Williams hit his head on the way down. Markel Freeman will come in. First time in the second half. He picked up 3 midway through the first. Freeman looking to guide back to work, and he turns it over instead. Bird, ill-advised pass, gives it right back. No reason to force it, and yet he did. Even when it goes right, it goes wrong for Aiken's defense. There's the foul that Kevin O'Connor was begging for in the referee's ear. First on Lawrence, 6th on Aiken. Both sides will be in the bonus from here on out. Fenor hands it off to Brown. Good move from Keyshawn Brown. Up, under, and through. Burnt Brock Cherry.
Burnt Brock Cherry, but also at the same time managed to get Josiah Harding to jump early.
Brown, the junior, has 8 off the bench. Bird takes the long-range 3. Can't get it to go. Rebel has the rebound. Transition for Reeves. And he is unopposed to the basket. Cherry just let him fly right by.
Cherry probably thinking he might be drawing a foul if he goes up a little too hard. Officials have not been afraid to blow the whistle tonight.
It's the largest deficit Aiken has faced since they lost by 38 to Catawba on opening weekend. Rattles in and out, second chance. DeAndre got hit on the way up, and Smart will shoot 2. It's been a while since we've seen this kind of score for Aiken at home. Generally, if they're on the wrong side of a blowout, it tends to be when they're in the not-so-friendly confines.
Yeah, Pacers typically have played really well here in the Convocation Center. This is just one of those off nights. They can't get the bounces to go their way as that one misses.
Matthew Webster in for Southwestern. Brock Cherry out for USC Aiken. Rivers back on. And that one goes down for DeAndre Smart. Two teams will see each other at the end of February down in Americus. They'll be at the Storm Dome in the penultimate game of the regular season. Both these teams right on the cut line for the conference tournament. Each of them 4 and 5 in conference play entering today, so this is a big one at the bottom of the standings.
And Pacers have a little more to play for, being the defending tournament champions.
Jump ball was called. Rivers and Rebel both hit the ground hard. J.R. Jacobs will come off the bench. Redshirt junior out of Memphis at his 4th program in 4 years. He has settled in nicely to that point guard role for Kevin O'Connor. Went in the portal, got 9 transfers, and just about everybody he's found has made a difference. Rivers from the elbow, nothing but net. Not full on milking the clock, but Hurricanes certainly taking their time here. No reason to stress, no reason to press when you have this kind of lead. Rebel to Webster. One extra pass. Freeman from deep. Sent it a bit long.
And with a 20-point lead like this and under 9 to play, wouldn't be surprised if they take at least 20 seconds every possession to try to make something happen.
No reason not to. Harding will go to the line for 2. Georgia Southwestern looking to get hot at the right time. They're currently tied at 7th in the Peach Belt. They will see Middle Georgia on the road, who in their first year in the conference, they've been a quality addition. Team that not a lot of folks knew what to expect. They were generally low in both the men's and women's polls, and both sides have done well. The Knights have been a quality addition to the conference.
Yeah, the Knights have been very surprising when Aiken has played them, both the men and the women. They've been close games. In fact, the women fell in their first matchup on the road to Middle Georgia.
Middle Georgia will be the Pacers' next home game. That will come 10 days from now. They're at USC Beaufort on Saturday. Then they get the rare weekday off. No midweek game next week. And then crossover season starts, so baseball, basketball, and softball will all be playing next Saturday here at home.
Going to be a busy time here in Aiken.
Nothing better. Great ball movement. It has been beautiful all night. Unable to convert for GSW. Kicked back out. Another try. Keyshawn Brown, no. Rebound rolls its way to Caleb Bird. Bird to the basket. Got blocked by Rebel.
Pacers seeing a little bit of light here. Hurricanes, been a while since they've drained a 3 ball. They've been trying, But now all of a sudden the hits are getting harder to find.
They have missed 7 of their last 8, down to a only slightly mortal 50%. Catch and shoot, Bird, and 1. Oh no, they're going to say offensive foul. Caleb Bird got called for an offensive foul on a play where he got knocked to the ground.
Crowd certainly voicing their displeasure.
Joined by the bench, the coaching staff, the players on the floor. 2 points the other way. That's a potential 5-point swing at a ball game where Aiken needs every point they can get. When they earn them, they certainly can't afford to have them taken off the board. Lawrence nearly dribbled it out of bounds, and Rebel puts it into the cheerleading section. To the media timeout we go. 20-point game. Hurricanes well on their way to getting back to 500 in conference. Been a forgettable night for USC Aiken here inside the Convocation Center, and certainly one to remember and one to replicate if you're the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, leading 77-57 with 7.5 to go. Aiken basketball under the offensive goal. Caleb Bird, who just got hit with the offensive foul the last possession, starts the progression. Outside to Harding. Josiah hits the 3. He's the 4th Pacer in double figures.
The Pacer offense is playing well right now. It's just a matter of hoping they can slow the Hurricanes up within the final 7 minutes of play.
Shot was left short by Brown Jr. Rivers an open 3, walked right into it, left it long. Smart fighting for the rebound. DeAndre diving and begging. It comes up with Southwestern. Great hustle by Deontay Williams. Brown alone got closed out to Jacobs. No. Tip back no good. Third chance. Nobody put a body on Deontay Williams.
Yeah, Smart was trying to be careful not to have an own basket there when on the tip going for the rebound. Ended up missing his man.
15 and 5 for the senior. Lawrence to Smart, was read like a book by GSW. Here goes Williams again. Couldn't get it, and the putback is right there for Webster. The second chance points pouring on for the Hurricanes. They continue to pull away, 81-60. And that puts Webster into double figures, his 7th time there this year.
And the Hurricanes, they're not hitting the threes like they were, but they're getting those second chance points, and that's just as devastating for the Pacers. When you think you've got to stop, all of a sudden another man comes in and drops it through.
It's been a tough evening for USC Aiken, certainly one they're going to have to bounce back from against the USC Beaufort team that played them very tightly here before the new year. Around the league, Columbus State up big on Middle Georgia. Lander just went final. They knocked off Georgia College. Lander's now 8-2 in conference play. They have sole possession of first place. Augusta up against North Georgia in a close one. AU's only 3-6 in conference play. And then yesterday, Flagler beat Clayton State. So Beaufort's the only team that doesn't have a midweek game, and that's because they played on Monday, a non-conference loss, 114-112 in regulation against Fayetteville State.
Well, not surprising with it being Fayetteville State. They are a scoring team. They came here and they put on a nice show, defeating us earlier in the season.
That was an 84-80 final. Foul called as Harding had the ball nearly ripped away by Hassani Rivera. Instead, it's the 9th team foul. Conference play, nothing but conference play still on the horizon for both these teams. About 6 weeks to go, and then the conference tournament jets off the first week of March. It's been a long time since the Pacers haven't played apart. Trying to get their 10th consecutive winning season under Mark Vanderslice in a season of turmoil. Harding 1 for 2. Delva tipped it back. Rebel skied for it. And it's laid in routinely. Keyshawn Brown snuck behind the defense. Brown's got 10 points. Rebel poked it away. Couple turnovers in a row. Lawrence snags it back. And then it was overthrown. All Harding had to do was get it in the vicinity of McCaskill Rivers. It would have been an open dunk.
I was going to say, Rivers actually went down, stumbled on the play, and that was going to be beneficial because he was all on his own, nobody there to cover him, and then just an errant pass.
Hurricanes lead by 22. Outside chance at triple digits if they can get hot from outside once again. Brown well guarded in the corner, has to bring it back to Webster. Jacobs charges, got blocked on the way up. Lawrence and Delva on the defense. Nine turnovers for the Hurricanes, 11 for Aiken. Mid-range no good for GSW. Rivers driving in will get 2 shots. He went shoulder to shoulder with Webster.
Foul was on number 8, Matthew Webster, his second, the team's 10th.
Both these teams only 4 home games left in the slate. Pacers have 6 road games still to speak of. Georgia Southwestern will have 6 as well, including 4 of their final 5 games this season. So both teams going to have to get accustomed to playing on the road. Pacers have dropped 3 of their last 4 away from home. Last win they picked up was a week ago. That victory over Augusta, which was led by Lawrence and Rivers at the line. Fenor and Reeves off the bench for the Hurricanes. They have led since the first 5 seconds of this game, and they have never relinquished. A true wire-to-wire effort for Kevin O'Connor's squad. Rebel the pull-up, he got it. Rafael Rebel's got 5. Lawrence, good screen from Delva, and Jonah drops home the hammer. Very quiet 16 for Lawrence. Slowly but surely he has tallied up the points. 4 minutes to go in the match. Webster down low, and a foul called. Fenor got hit hard as he went for the dunk. Bird commits the personal and makes Fenor earn them. Bird with his third, and we have our final media timeout of the ball game. All academic from here. Hurricanes up by a bundle. A once rowdy Convocation Center has thinned in its crowd and certainly gone dormant. That's the effect you'll have when you're up by 20 as GSW has come on the road and silenced the Pacer faithful for the most part.
It's definitely been a tough game, and at this point, really, you're playing for pride. You're playing for momentum. USC Beaufort's going to be a tough opponent. Use the end of this game to build some offensive power, get angry, and get ready to hit the road running.
So Fenor goes 0 for 2 at the line. A good use of the foul by Bird, preventing the automatic dunk. Pacers, barring miracle, will drop back down to 500 and stay below 500 in Peach Belt play. Although Caleb Bird not quite ready to give up just yet. He's got 14.
And certainly anything can happen. 20 points is a large lead, although now all of a sudden it's been cut to 17.
Webster can't answer back. A quick trigger for the Hurricanes. Rivers in transition. McCaskill and one. 7-0 run in the last 75 seconds. At least putting a bit of intrigue into this one.
And, the USCA has certainly seen comebacks. We were talking during the break. Back in 2019, a season that probably many Pacer faithful would like to forget, as it was a year that promised trophies and ended up with an empty shelf. Up by over 20 on Augusta in the second round of the NCAA tournament with 5 to play. Ends up dropping that game in overtime, so you never know.
Rivera, Williams, and Brown Jr. in for the Hurricanes. Rivers has 19 with that free throw made. What a fine McCaskill Rivers has been on the offensive end. Brown wisely slows it down. Flips the pass up and over to Rivera. All the way back to the logo. Happy to let time drip. Williams drops it down low. Shot clock at 2. As it expires, netminder from Jacobs. Trey White turns around and answers with a mid-range of his own. Well done by Trey White, who's got 8 in his first start of the new year. 87-73. Pacers have trailed by as many as 24. Here goes Jacobs. Jacobs all the way to the basket. Could not get the bottom of the cup. 3-on-2. White denied by Rebel. Rafael Rebel going up and getting the rejection. That's his second of the game. He had 4 in the first 17 of the season.
Well over 100 blocks as a team for Georgia Southwestern, so they are no stranger to that defense.
Bird's 3 did not go. Rivers got the rebound. McCaskill, another and one chance.
Puts him over 20 for the night.
It's been a common theme for the junior out of Charlotte.
22, Rafael Rubel, that's his 4th.
Rivers 21-9. One off his first double-double at the NCAA level. And he hits the free throw. (87-76). A minute 45 to go. Block from Delva and a foul called on Bird, who is beside himself. Fourth on Caleb Bird, a brilliant rejection from Delva. And the foul squanders it, sends Williams to the line.
Yeah, it's just rough. You can see it on their faces over on the Pacer bench. Again, you do everything right, and the foul just wipes it all away.
Williams now has 16 with the made free throw. Webster back in for the final 144. Deontay Williams at D1 Sacramento State last year had 13 games played. Kevin O'Connor has found them from all across the country, especially folks with semi-local ties. There's a whistle. Waiting for the official designation of jump ball. The arrow does favor the Hurricanes. Referees just look confused. And now they will say jump ball. Coach Vanderslice less than thrilled. 13-point game, 96 seconds. And the foul is called as Brown got hit. Lost his balance and was helped to the ground anyway with the contact. Into the double bonus. And they just gave Coach Vanderslice a technical warning, I believe. That is the second technical warning of the night. Had one in the women's game. Had a full technical in the women's game as well.
Yeah, right at the end of that game. Didn't really affect the final outcome. Pacers were well ahead. So it was just a little extra points for the squad.
Just adding to the total. Keyshawn Brown stripes the free throw. Goes 1 for 2 at the line, and now Amir Reeves back on. Reeves is at 24 points. That's a game high. 2 off of his season high, which came in the opener against Converse. The Reeves family scores wherever they go. Amir at both Trinidad State and now here. His brother Day was all-conference at Northern Colorado. He was all-conference at Iona. And now he's at Fordham, and he's probably going to be all-conference there too. 3 off from Lawrence. Delva got blocked on the way up. What a rejection by Webster. And a travel is called as Webster hit the ground.
Pacers wanted a foul on that shot. Doesn't look like they're going to get it, however.
It's a lot going on in these final couple minutes, especially given the one-sided nature of the score.
And that can happen, you know, the frustration, the emotions, they run high.
Bird no good on the 3. Strong box out from J.R. Jacobs. And you have to be impressed with Southwestern doing the little things right. We've talked a lot about the red-hot shooting, especially from outside, but the box outs, the offensive rebounds, the defensive closing. Kevin O'Connor's squad has done all the minute details that you need to win big like they are.
It's been a real all-around effort for the Hurricanes, like you said, playing well, and also great ball control, eating up a lot of the shot clock throughout the final 10 minutes of this game.
The ability to simultaneously chew clock and still get quality shots is a rarity at this level sometimes, and it's something the Hurricanes have mastered tonight. Jacobs for 3, no good. Body's on the floor. Delva tries to save it, and it was touched by Delva while out of bounds. So although Rebel ended up with the basketball, it is still Southwestern ball. Again, they will go to Middle Georgia over the weekend before heading home for Flagler. Down low, Rebel drops it in. Rafael Rebel puts a bow on this one. 7 points in his return to his old stomping grounds. Shot clock is turned off. Rivers drops it to Lawrence into the corner for Bird. Bird can't hit, and the ball can be just dribbled out by J.R. Jacobs. That's what he will do. 92-76 your final. Georgia Southwestern leads wire to wire and gets their first win in the last 3 years against Aiken.
Yeah, just a really great all-around effort there from the Hurricanes. Pacers, there wasn't much they could do without the Hurricanes answering right back. And it's just one of those games you just got to say, all right, we lost, but it's just one loss. Doesn't matter if it's by 1 or if it's by 50. Just got to keep your head high, move on to Beaufort, and make the comeback there.
5 players in double figures. That's the second straight game at the Convocation Center for the Hurricanes where they've put 5 in double figures. Difference is this year, it was enough. Reeves had 24, 17 and 5 for Williams, and 7 assists for Jacobs in his start. On the opposite side, Aiken got 22 and 9 for McCaskill Rivers. Lawrence, Bird, and Harding also with 10 plus. But USC Aiken could not overcome the hot three-point shooting. 9 of 15 in the first half for GSW, 13 of 30 in the game overall. Hurricanes now 12 and 6, 5 and 5 in conference. Aiken falls back to 9 and 9, 4 and 6 in the Peach Belt. And that'll do it for us here. Next broadcast 10 days from now. You've got a lot to pick from. Baseball, softball, or basketball. You'll find both of us one way or another if you know where to look. And we are just about done here. For my partner, Marcus Johnson, everybody that made this thing happen, Brian Busher, Jordan Phillips, Greg Johnson, and Kendall Reynolds, I've been Noah Adcock. Howarth, Pacers fall by 15.